to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm joined by world title challenger, soon to be anyways, Denzel Bentley, on the 12th of November in Las Vegas. Did you think anyone would be saying that to you this year, challenging for a world title, if you're being honest?
No, that's why it's crazy. I didn't. But when the news got dropped to me, I said, like, how do you turn that down? Do you know what I mean? So I want to be in a sport. This is what I want to be. Like, let's go for it, man. Like, this is my division. This is who I got to face. If I want to be a world champion, I mean, so why not, man? Like, I'm sure there's other options, but none with the reward as great as this. So yeah.
Absolutely. What was your initial reaction when you were offered a world title shot in Las Vegas? The offer came through, of course, from Top Rank. What was the initial reaction?
Well, I got the call from Martin, and I was just taking my nap because I nap after training all the time. And then he's like, "Oh, look at your phone." I looked at my phone, I see a boxer. I clicked on it with Janibek, and I opened my eyes. I said, "What? What's this for?" So look, calm down. This is who you've been offered next, but we got to get through this fight. I'm like, what? Yeah, we're taking it. So I was pretty much just excited, just kind of like woke me up out of my sleep, and I was like, yeah, we're taking it. And then I was like, all right, hold on, let me chill out now. Cool. Let's focus on Morrison, and then we'll talk about it after. Obviously, you beat Morrison, and I went to the gym the next day, or not the next day, the following Monday, and obviously we spoke about it, and I was like, cool, let's do it.
Was the initial buzz just about the fact that it's a world title shot, as I said, in Las Vegas? I'm sure the money comes it as well, and you've got to look at the offer. But was it just the pure excitement about fighting for a world title, which is what gripped you first?
I didn't even know about the money at the first phone call. It was just literally the world title. Like, it's the world championship fight. Do you know what I'm saying? Like obviously, I didn't officially know it was Vegas neither, but obviously it makes sense to be Vegas. It was just the world title shot. You know what I mean? Like, ask any boxer in this world with any ambition what they want to be in the sport, and they'll tell you you're a world champion. So, like, how can I not be excited that I got the opportunity to become a world champion? Do you know what I'm trying to say? That. So yeah, it was just the initial thought of, you know, challenging for a world title that got me excited, and obviously I found out the money in the venue later.
Denzel, what are your thoughts on Janibek?
I think he's a good fighter. I think he's very skilled. I think one of his main attributes is how relaxed he is in the ring. If you watch him box, I've never seen him under any sort of pressure or under any sort of, you know, tenseness, or I don't know. He just doesn't do nothing out of place. He's just smooth. He's calm. He's controlled. He just does things his way. Like, you're not making him panic. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of his best attributes, and that's why his work flows. But I think he's a good fighter, very slick. You know, fast hands, throws a lot of shots, and yeah, man, he's a good fighter.
I think he's made out to be an avoided man in boxing. Do you see that? Do you agree with that?
No, everything obviously is about context, but that's what they want to say. That's fine. I'll collect those accolades when I beat him. So you can say that, but in my personal opinion, I don't think so. I just think certain fighters he was chasing, it didn't make sense for them to fight him, maybe financially, or maybe, you know, risk beginning the reward type fights. And everyone knows that about boxing, but, you know, people like to pick and choose, you know, when it suits them, who's avoiding and who's not worth it. So yeah.
I saw some comments from yourself where you said that he's a good fighter, what you've just essentially told me, but you said he's no Gennady Golovkin. So just want to elaborate on that, Denzel, what you mean by that?
Yeah, Golovkin was a beast, you know what I'm saying? Golovkin, he wasn't a slick boxer. He would never go backwards. He's just in your face trying to take you out. And I think this guy boxes a lot more, which obviously is still dangerous. Like, he's a lot more slick. He boxes. He's skillful. But Golovkin just coming to take your head off, essentially. Do you know what I mean? And that sort of pressure is probably what puts fear into fighters. But obviously, Janibek doesn't have that same sort of pressure as him, even though he is, I think, boxing-wise, he probably is more skilled. But he just doesn't have that same pressure, that same, you know, devastating punch power. I think at one point Golovkin had about 27 knockouts in a row. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's like heavyweight numbers. So Golovkin was dangerous in his prime. He still is dangerous now.
We've just obviously seen a Brit go over and challenge Janibek for a world title in Danny Dignam. I think Danny will be the first to admit it wasn't up to par, his performance and what happened in the ring. What did you make of that fight and how that played out?
Nothing. I can't take nothing from that fight because, first of all, what I saw in there weren't the Danny Dignam I know, if I'm being honest with you. I think, a bit of nerves. It wasn't nothing to do with showing respect to anything. I just think he let the occasion get to him. The fact that he was in Vegas, the fact that he enjoyed it, the fact that, all the theatrics and this where everyone wants to be, and then the fact that he's fighting someone like Janibek, which is he was a quality fighter. So I think it was like, oh, what do I do here? And just a bit starstruck, in my opinion, a bit nervous, a bit worried about who he's going in there with. Probably didn't know much about him at the time. And that played a big part because, his performance was definitely not up to par. And like you said, I think he'll tell you that. But I do think he is a better fighter than what he performed in the night.
Without giving too much away, what do you have to go and do there in that ring to bring that world title back home?
Well, you know me, I like to knock people out, so that's what I'll be trying to do.
Fair enough. What's going to be the corner situation on the night, Denzel?
Yeah, no, I'll have my corner there. Of course, obviously, Ronald Martin can't go there, but that's fine. He's there in spirit. But I'll have my team there.
Okay.
Which is part of the reason why at first I didn't originally want to go, but we got around that.
Right. Okay. Just for all the non-believers, the doubters, I'm sure you've seen them online where, of course, you go into this as an underdog, but some people are completely ruling you out, not giving you a prayer. What's the message, the message to them, the non-doubters?
Keep the same energy. Because I've not, let's be honest, I think, how many of the best fighters have I fought back-to-back since Heffron? I think maybe like 5 or 6, and I think most of them have been the underdog. Only like maybe 2. Okay, but Sam Evans and Morrison was picked as a 50-50. The rest are probably well, Heffron I was underdog for both. Linus probably a slight underdog. Obviously, Cash underdog. So it doesn't really make a difference to me. I don't care. I've been in a away corner before. I've been the underdog many times. I've never been that guy that's been hyped to have the future of boxing or is going to have a great career. I've never been like that. So I've just been getting on with what I'm doing, and I've been I've been progressing, and I've been providing results for myself. So that's what it is. So all them comments and stuff and that, it doesn't really get to me. Just keep some energy in it. Like, don't then try and jump on a bandwagon. But it's fine.
He seems pretty confident. I saw a lot of back and forth between
that was funny.
you two. Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. Of course, he's probably looking at past performances. I heard he boxed Felix as an amateur. He's probably looking at my fight at Felix and stuff. Obviously, Danny Dignam went over there. He was undefeated. I'm coming over. I'm not undefeated. He's probably thinking, I beat guys that are better than you. So what makes you think you're going to do this and that? Well, listen, it's a fight at the end of the day, innit? Like, he was a top amateur, but this ain't amateurs. You know what I mean? Professional fight. And of course, he's fought some quality guys, but I don't think there's a name on his record that I wouldn't beat. I'm being honest with you. And obviously, same as me, that there isn't a name on my record that he wouldn't beat, but at the end of the day, I think it's all within context. He hasn't fought anyone at that world level to say this man's dangerous. He's fought, some fighters that could compete for whatever but wouldn't win. You know what I'm saying? Hassan Ndam was probably the only world champion he's fought, and he's about 38. He's way past it. Well, of course, he's having them fights early. That's probably why, obviously, he had a lot of amateur fights, big amateur experience, but at the end of the day, if he'd have beat Andrade, I'd understand the hype. And then, like I said, I'm not trying to go there and find out the hype. I'm trying to go there and upset the hype. You know what I mean? So I'm just not really buying into it. I don't know, man. But listen, it's good at the end of the day. Like he said, he's confident. Makes it even better.
Yeah, I think he's just maybe trying to do a bit of mental warfare. I think I saw something from him saying, "I hope it goes past the first round. I don't want you to." Quit in the first.
Yeah. I found that funny. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's trying to rattle me, but I like that stuff. I was laying in my bed and I see someone at me on Twitter. I'm like, who's this? I see Janibek. I'm saying, nah, this can't be real. I was laughing. I sent it to my group chat. I'm like, hey, look at this dude. I didn't even know he spoke English. You know what I'm saying? So it was just funny, man. It was just funny.
Well, listen, Denzel Bentley, safe flight out to Vegas this week. And then, hopefully we hear the words and the new on the 12th of November.
Next time you interview me, I'll have my big brown belt right around here.
I hope so, bro. I hope so. Denzel, best of luck. And we'll speak after the fight. All right. Thank you.
Nice one. Thanks, bro.
sure I'm gonna share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light. Yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something. Completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.